Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside tonight Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With that, what a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a slam by Gobert. He's solid getting positioning inside and using it to his advantage.
Tatum's shot is off. And here are the Timberwolves. Elbow shot. Edwards, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's White missing. Being at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to Portland. Here's McDaniels. And the rejection by Tatum. Pass to Tatum. Over in the corner, Brown. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
And it's White missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And the foul called on Edwards. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Here's White. Last time, 14 points for him. Pass to Hauser. Back to White. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
Tatum setting the pick for White. To the wing on the left. Offensive rebound.
But when it comes to rebounding, one of Brown's old coaches once told him, you have to want it. Well, he wanted it right there.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And White kicks to Brown. Pass to Tatum. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. Unsurprisingly, the conversation turned to Rudy Gobert. Let's be honest, he's scary, coach said about the 7-footer. He hinted their strategy might involve trying to, quote, lure Rudy out of the paint so he's not there to slap away our layups. Maybe some tricky play here to try and push Gobert out of his comfort zone. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
White against DiVincenzo. For 3, Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Brown wide open. He fires. Good on the 3-point shot. Brown's got 5.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Tatum.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Minnesota leading by 3 and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. In the second half of this season, he's been nothing short of spectacular. Second in field goal percentage, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking second in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Minnesota also with the sub. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Pritchard against Reed. Walsh. And another miss by Boston.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. He's got 13.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Walsh can't get it to go. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And Phillips gets it to go.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. 9-point game. Out to the wing. Here's Walsh. Drills it from outside.
Well, that's the right play. Passing up his own shot for a better one.
Here's DiVincenzo. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Pass to Edwards. Reed with a screen for Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. They get it again. Reed gets the bucket.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Oh, what a shot! That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's an energizer boost heading into the next quarter. You know he's got to be fired up.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Minnesota on top. They're up by 5. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys, it can really open up the rest of their offense.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Guard and off guard. Filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. Naj Reed out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Phillips in at the small forward. And sometimes, Stan, lost in everything he has done for his team, Jayson Tatum is one heck of a playmaker.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what happens to guys like Tatum when they come into the league is because he can score the ball, and that's such an important skill, we tend to focus on the scoring. But Jayson Tatum has become a better playmaker in his time in the league. He's become a better defender and a better rebounder. This guy excels at everything.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
DiVincenzo kicks to Ingles. Misses the 3. Celtics trail by 6. Bounce pass Pritchard. Here's Gonzalez. And the 3 off target. Minnesota's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for that tonight. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a number 1 pick. Sometimes they fall flat, but that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it.
The Timberwolves have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. 2 shots. And he can't get the first one. Boston making a switch here. White's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Dosumu's checked in.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
White, wide open, he fires. Trains the three-pointer. White's got 7 points.
Well, we've seen an uptick in volume from White at the arc. He's more confident than ever from that range.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Jayson Tatum talked about his development since coming into the league, and he said earlier, I was playing the game just to play the game instead of thinking it. It's tough when you're younger. You just want everything to happen so fast, but it doesn't work like that. Back to you guys.
He has come a long way. Okay, thank you, Allie. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum passes to Walsh. Oh, good with the triple. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against Memphis. Reed with a screen on Tatum. Intercepted. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. It's good. 6 points for Jayson Tatum.
I'll tell you, with those long strides, Tatum gets up court in a hurry.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kate is checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Pritchard. Now, Dosunmu. Scoreless thus far.
What a defensive effort. Not only pressuring the shooter, but also collecting the miss.
Sinks the three-pointer.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Dosunmu with it. Brown on him.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
And finished off by Brown.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Now, here's Ingles. Here's Phillips. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Celtics.
Over in the corner, Brown. A three-pointer off the mark.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Tatum's shot is off.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Reed with a screen on White. A three for DiVincenzo. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Reed for the three. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 2. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the scoring.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Brown, a 3-ball. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Well, that's the thing about DiVincenzo. He stays active at both ends.
Now Hauser. It's Brown on the wing. Baseline J on the way. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Phillips. He's got 8. Pass to Ingles. Now here's Reed. Misses in close.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 2. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm joined by Coach Mazzulla. Joe, what was the focus out there offensively?
We just got to fight for our spacing. We have to fight the screen. We have to fight to create advantages. It's 2 great teams playing against each other, and you're going to have to earn it. And so we just got to do a better job creating separation on the offensive end and fight for our great spacing.
Seems like an easy fix. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far.
As the half went on, you could see they were forcing shots, rushing things. You have to stay patient.
And be unpredictable. Threaten the defense from all 3 levels.
All right, guys, time to see what the fans are saying on social media. Got a question here from Jose and that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
So it's the Timberwolves now. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Queta in at the center position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Nothing the defense can do about that. Randall just powers it down.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Finishes the break with a slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
The key thing, Coach, that Dante DiVincenzo brings to a team is that coveted 3-and-D skill set.
I agree with that, Kevin, but he brings so much more. He can now play off the dribble and make plays for others. And I think the most underrated thing on a lot of players who become great is Dante DiVincenzo is both very smart and very tough.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
And the basket by Hauser. Hauser's got 6.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
A 3 for DiVincenzo. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Jayson Tatum, he's checked in for Pritchard. Michael Conley, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Brown kicks to Tatum. Off target from outside.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Conley, the pass to Dosunmu. And here is McDaniels. Randall with a screen for McDaniels. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. Taking a look at Minnesota. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point. And that's how they want to keep it.
Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from White. Conley feeling it out from the arc. And Boston with the rebound. Cada's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you guys.
Hasn't bought in. Thanks so much for the report, Allie.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort. I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
That one good for 2.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
On the wing, Dosunmu. Gobert with a screen on White. Dosunmu, the pass to Gobert. Randall from outside. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Minnesota leading by 12. Conley kicks to McDaniels. 1:53 left in the third. Pass to Dosunmu. 4 on the clock. Randall a screen on Brown. Dosunmu. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Outside Conley. Down low. Here's Randall. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Tatum. Brown the pass to White. And it's in there. And that's 12 points for Derek White.
Hey, sometimes it's your night. White's number keeps getting called, and he keeps coming through.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Edwards is checked in. And a chance here to check out some stats for Jaylen Brown.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Pritchard gets the bucket.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Drops in the tray.
Right back at you. Conley's a counter-puncher. He knows when his team needs a lift.
Pass to Garza. Back to Pritchard. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer. Rebound, Minnesota. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Conley. Up and in on the layup. And it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And a look at the five for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniels. Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. And it's Conley in at the point.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
The shot's good.
Hey, that's a fantastic last-second read. Passing out of his shot.
Conley's shot is off. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Shireman. Minnesota with the rebound. McDaniels got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Conley. The rebound by Jayson Tatum. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pritchard with a wide-open look. Nails the wide-open jump shot. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Conley. Out to Edwards. Randall with a screen for Edwards. Launches a 3 for 3. Edwards nails it.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away.
Let's get broadband
And some changes here for the Celtics. Walsh is checked in, and Jaylen Brown subbed in for Gonzalez. Timberwolves also changing it up. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Julius Randle, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart, show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Timberwolves leading by 10. Now let's head over to the sideline for a report on Derek White. Allie, what have they told you?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Celtics let me know the status. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. It's so important for a team to stay healthy down the stretch, so this is not when he wants to be dealing with this. The good news, he is cleared to play through it. Back over to you.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update. Guys, it doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
Yeah, you never want to speculate on injury, but that didn't look like something you were going to bounce back from quickly.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Edwards passes to Reed. Edwards kicks to Ingles. McDaniels, a screen on Tatum. Ingles can't get it to go. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 14-point game. Now Brown. Tatum. The three is off.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
DiVincenzo with it. Shot clock at 6. A deep three. Rebounded by Tatum. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 14.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Oh, Tatum won't be denied.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on, they're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Tries the spin move. On the spin move! That was unbelievable!
Yeah, Tatum can be pretty slick with his dribble moves, putting the defense off balance.
It's stolen by White, driving the lane, and he gets that one to go.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Yeah, you gotta love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
McDaniels, a screen on Tatum. Buries it. Nice cut off the ball.
A very tenacious player. McDaniels doesn't allow the contact to disrupt his shot.
Outside Brown. Lets loose a three. Buries the deep ball.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Celtics trail by 9. White outside. No good from 3. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. They set the pick, and they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Tatum fires. Missed on the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Count it.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Peyton Pritchard, and down goes the 3. Edwards takes it inside. Yep, that goes down.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Got it to go off the glass.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
It's stolen by Edwards. It falls! So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what we want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Dante, you won state titles in high school, 2 national titles at Villanova, and now a growing role in the NBA. What has been the secret to your success?
It's my ability to adapt. Different teams, different dynamics of different teams, and just my ability to adapt to that team and fit.
Sky's the limit, guys.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.